Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am so excited that you guys made the decision to go on this 10-week adventure, this 10-week war, to improve yourself, to be the best version of yourself that you've ever been. I'm very delighted, very excited, and I'm pumped to be helping you get into that next level for you. First of all, through this process, I want to first thank you. I want to thank you for stepping up and making this decision. It's very easy to be stuck. It's very easy to be sitting where you are. It's very easy to accept your circumstances. It requires courage, it requires passion, it requires some toughness to go and stand up and say, I'm going to be a better person. And guys, first, let me give you 3 pointers. Your family needs you to be a stronger person. You're a role model for people around you. If you got kids, you're a role model for them. If you got parents, you could be a role model for them. If you got brothers, siblings, husband, wife, or cousins, anything you got. When you become a better and stronger person, they around you, people who you love, become stronger people as a result. Secondly, your ummah needs you to stand up. Guys, we are taking a beating. Let's not sugarcoat it. Everywhere from one end to the other, we need to step up. We need every single Muslim person to come with their strengths, with their skills, and help build the ummah and help gain the ummah back its strength and backbone in the world. And third, you need yourself to step up. I love to give, as Muhammad Ali says, if you are 30 years old right now, and let's say estimate around until 65, after which we don't have much influence, in the next 35 years, if you take out the sleep you're going to do every day, traveling, your entertainment, your food, eating, taking a shower, bathroom time, guys, you literally have like 15 to 16 years of productive life. So we need this to step up. You need yourself to step up. We need to make the most of every single day, and we cannot let one more day go by where we haven't grown, where we haven't impacted. So this is the perfect time, and I acknowledge you for taking that step. I acknowledge you for being here. Now, before we can get into too much of the course in itself, I think it's important to know who you're working with. There's some of the personal stuff which I hadn't shared before, but I'll share it with you. So originally, my full name is Hassan Saad. I'm originally from Pakistan. I was 11 years old when my parents decided to migrate to Canada for betterment of education. We weren't the most well-off family, and I'm the son of immigrants, so I've seen them work very hard, doing factory jobs and labor jobs, and I just went through that struggle. I've lived in 6 cities over my life. I studied in Montreal through Concordia University. Also had a chance, was very blessed, to go study in Germany and Amsterdam for my exchange semesters. I thought I was on top of the world when I came back from my exchange semester, where that's right there in September 2011. I had a near-death incident where I thought that this was literally going to be my last breath, and I was in a pool, and I remember this scene, guys. My head was literally right here, and I could see that my head is going to hit that side, and in 1 second I could see everything I had done in my life play in front of me. And my feeling in my mind was that it? Is that all I had lived for? School, fun, and that's it. That's when I decided to dedicate to live my purpose. And I started living my purpose ever since then. Now, my past, my background, why should you listen to me? Over the last 8 years, alhamdulillah, I've spent time learning from the Western personal development gurus and also from Islamic perspective. I listen and follow guys very influentials like Gary Vee, like Grant Cardone, like Tony Robbins, like Brian Tracy, like Darren Hardy. I've taken in their stuff and material and applied. I've spent tens of thousands of dollars attending their conferences, attending their events, attending their performances, and I've spent countless hours, hundreds if not thousands of hours trying to apply and better myself through this process. Along with that, I've spent the last 2.5 years in intense Islamic education and application through the I3 Institute here in Toronto. I'm also involved and enrolled in a Bachelor of Islamic Studies program with the Mishka University. Now, going into business. Over the last 4 years, I've worked one-on-one with multi-millionaires, people who came from literally nothing and built a $50 million business. And I've worked with them one-on-one, growing my business. I built a sales team in the direct sales industry, bringing in more than $500,000 worth of sales. Last 4 years, I've also spent coaching and mentoring people throughout my sales process, throughout my sales career, and also in last year where I spent working and coaching a CEO of a $40 million company, some of the top 1% real estate agents in Canada, a recruiter, one of the top osteopaths in Canada. Single moms, you name it, coaches from Canada and England and France. I've worked with people all over the place. I learned things. I learned what moves people. And this is what excited me to create this course here. Some of the things I like to do as a hobby, I love to train Krav Maga. And Krav Maga, for those guys who don't know, it's a self-defense tactic, and it's one of the most brutal in the world. I love it. This is my instructor. He made me fall in love with it. He's been training this for over the last 30 years. That's where I learned to fall in love with one thing and give my all. And learn the aggressive mindset. I also sit on the board at the I3 Institute, based out here in Toronto, one of the fastest growing Islamic institutes in North America. Alhamdulillah, I'm happily married, living in Toronto. I'm a project manager in daytime. I'm also a coach where I like to do this type of interaction. I'm also obsessed with mastering life and following the path of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, guys. And if I can leave you with one thing, that is that we've been given the best examples to follow. Inshallah, may Allah give us the guidance and strength to do that. Now, going on to the next step. Now, is life about concept of personal development or Islam? Now I know, guys, and in talking to a lot of people, I noticed this come up over and over and over again. People who are either entrenched in the Western personal development concepts, it's very easy for them to fall away from Islam. And people who are just focused on Islam today, they don't even know what personal development is. So this course was designed to fill that gap in the middle. Because you see, all this Western personal development concepts, they're coming from a place of not believing in a creator, just coming from a universe. And Islam, and people who are following the type of Islam they're following today, they don't extract all the personal development material that Islam and Prophet ﷺ has taught us. So where are we supposed to get all this strength from? This is where this work came in, guys. So what I want to tell you is personal development today is founded and based on Islam. Guys, here in the West, personal development is not more than 200 years old. It's very new. It's a brand new concept. Whereas in Islam, Prophet ﷺ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught us sabr, taught us like how to be patient and also persistent. Yeah? Both. How to be grateful, how to have a long-term vision, how much longer vision can you have than aiming for the akhirah, how to develop mental toughness or grit as one of the top most popular topics going around right now. Have a strict diet plan, Prophet ﷺ, one large meal a day, and how to fast, like cleanse your system, how to develop self-discipline, so stick to one thing, continue doing it. Examples, qiyam and your salah. How to develop teamwork, how to have that's the brotherhood, sisterhood, where you will do anything for the other person. And leadership, you take personal initiative. They're all from Islam. I'll give you an example. Dale Carnegie in his course, it's amazing. In the book, you guys probably know about it, How to Win Friends and Influence People. He says that one of the key things that influential people do is smile all the time. Now tell me, where have you heard this before? From Prophet ﷺ. He was the one that was known to be smiling all the time at all the people. So, subhanAllah, you guys are getting it from us. Now, so that is the foundation. That is all the PD is from Islam. Get that? Next. Guys, I want you to know something. What we have in Islam and Quran that we have from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is from someone who is unlimited, who is unbiased. Human beings are limited and biased. I am here right now in Toronto. I can't be in China at the same time physically, and I don't have any control over even the weather or the tree that's growing over there. So I'm limited, yeah? That means my laws, my ideas are limited. And this is everybody. And a human being always thinks for their own good first. Get a drink of water here, sorry. And a human being is always thinking about their own good first. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not thinking about His own good. He doesn't need us. He's thinking for our own good. And He has given that to us. So you tell me, guys, who would you rather follow when it comes to personal development advice? Would you rather follow the creation, or would you rather follow the creator? And you know the answer. It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, guys. So throughout this course, one more thing we're going to solidly work at is, because what gets promoted about Islam is that you go to work, you do your salah, you go make your dua, and you live in a wishy-washy, hopeful, wishing world. Sadly, today's action and strategic action in Islam is not as promoted as the Prophet ﷺ and the Sahaba took action. So what we want to know is this, guys. Number one, if you have belief, we were taught just to not question anything, just to be a follower, trust in Allah. But we weren't taught why Allah exists. Why should we follow His book? Why should we follow His messenger? Is Prophet ﷺ true? Is the Quran true? And when we have these doubts inside our head, we can't fully be committed to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us. So the concept is that belief plus logic equals rock solid belief. If you're a Muslim and you just have the belief, but you don't have the logic and you can't explain that to yourself, you're not fully convinced, sorry to say, but your belief is not rock solid. It's not going to last you too long. You're going to shake. You're going to crumble. So for this, two of the main resources we're going to use is the first book, which is called Man's Greatest Question. And the second one is called The Eternal Challenge. We're going to use these two books to improve and go further. Now guys, here is where I need commitment from you. You need to play like you've never played before. You need to act and concentrate over these next 10 days like you've never done before. And if you want to be somebody who you really always wanted to be, you got to do things that you've never done. You got to think the way you've never done. You got to listen to me and trust me in the process where I share things with you. You got to be open to embracing and appreciating change. Without that, this change and results are not going to be possible for you. And B, you got to set the intentions. You want to make the next 10 weeks of your life the most crucial and the most turning point, the weeks that cause the turning point of your life. And you know what? Stick with this course. Keep it. And if you need this motivation and a pump and boost anytime in your life, you'll have access to these videos. You come back here and you'll learn the model. You can apply it again and be stronger. So I'm very excited to jump into the first module and now start to tackle and get things moving right away.